Hello, good evening. Carla Nicole, Wisdom Coach. And this evening, please be sure to subscribe to the Carla Nicole Wisdom channel. You will get plenty of wisdom here, and you will get a lot of information to help you improve your life. I am a wisdom coach, and I often have a different perspective with a twist of wisdom. So join me, okay? So I want to get started. I want to talk about something that I'm dealing with in my practice that is very, it's a very unique but yet rather very frustrating um, situation that most of my male clients, or some, I shouldn't say most, but some of my male clients are dealing with because, you know, there's quite a difference between erectile dysfunction and just maybe not, having moments where you're just not rising to the best of your ability or to your liking at the time that you're having um, intimacy. So, there's times when in a man's life he may find himself not, rising to the occasion, if you will. And so that could just happen. Okay, so that's not actually a issue, but rather more frustration in the moment. But I want to talk about, with several of my clients that, tell me in private that they're struggling with their partner and having a issue being able to rise. And they feel, shame, they feel frustrated, and they feel like, a disappointment to their partner. So they're going through a lot internally. So when it's not happening, or you're not rising like normal or like you used to, a lot of gentlemen get frustrated very quickly, and they find themselves in between a rock and a hard place because they're trying to figure out, how do I resolve this? I don't know. And then a lot of times they don't have anybody to talk to because it's like, who do you say that to? Like, I'm having a hard time. Unless you're comfortable with a physician or something, you may tell him that you're struggling with impotency, and it may not always be impotency. It could just mean that it's just a season where you're going through maybe a medical condition, or maybe medication you're taking may, restrict your sexuality and your sexual abilities. And then that's also frustrating because you didn't know that that was going to be a side effect for you, that you have to deal with it. And so a lot of times, the gentlemen are frustrated by that. They don't want to stop taking the medication, but at the same time, they don't want to not be having a healthy, thriving sex life either. So they go through this situation where they're like, I don't know what to do. I'm feeling rather frustrated and hurt and aggravated because I really want to be able to be impotent. I mean, I really want to be intimate. I'm sorry. So I want to talk about that because a lot of times we really don't have conversations about impotency or erectile dysfunction because, it's very taboo. A lot of gentlemen don't want to openly talk about, that they're struggling in this particular uh, category of sexuality, but it happens. And depending upon the partner you're with, it can either be very frustrating to both of you, or there's patience involved to where, the partner is willing to work with you and just kind of just allow you both to come up with different alternatives to be intimate in, before, when you before you're dealing with it. Like, I don't know how to deal with this. And then, there could be a frustration on her part, or there could be a frustration on your part, and then you just don't have it at all, and you're like, I don't know what to do. And you're both really at wit's end. And so then, the intimacy stops, and you're like, what do I do on this in this situation? So I want to give you guys something that I think we need to talk about. First of all, like I said earlier, I've done many versions of research on what can cause the impotency or the erectile dysfunction. And sometimes it could be anxiety. And that's one of the number one causes of it, because there's a blood flow that goes to the penis in order to cause it to become erect. And if there's a restriction in that blood flow, it can cause all kinds of reasons why there's no rise to the occasion. So with that said, that can definitely be one of the reasons that you're not rising. Also, a lot of different medications have this as a side effect because, various different blood pressure medicines and just different medicines that your body is trying to get used to can fall into you not being able to be erect as quickly as you used to or as long as you used to. And therefore, there comes that level of, um, frustration as well. So with that said, it's hard to talk about because even when I have clients that tell me that they are being prescribed medication to um, deal with this particular circumstance, a lot of the different gentlemen will tell me that they only have like an opportunity of using different erectile dysfunctional medications, and those medications are very, very limited. So, what that means is they only have a certain amount that they can take a month with their partner. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So, that is frustrating because it's like, oh my God, I'm depending on this medication to get me there. And yet it's iffy. It may be effective, it may not. So then there's a frustration there. And then also, with that limitation, you feel, very, just, at this point, you're very at wit's end, basically. And then the other alternative is the pump. There is a pump that it's in the medical community, it's called the vacuum. So it's like a pump where you actually pump, you place your penis in a tube and then you pump to get it erect. And I've had clients tell me that's not effective. It's not as effective as you would think for them, and they're frustrated by that. So these are just the certain conversations that I'm getting from various different clients that I deal with, and they're very frustrated because they don't know what to do and they don't know where to go when they are dealing with this very private, intimate situation. So what I love to tell my clients is don't be embarrassed. Please don't be embarrassed. I am a wisdom coach and you can definitely reach out to me. Um, it's 8445 Wisdom. My extension is 0. You can talk to me very privately about your situation. And, it's not a problem to just discuss it because when you don't talk about it, you will find that the unseen conversation is really causing you to be more flustered and even more embarrassed and then more shameful, and then your spouse or your partner that you're sexual with is frustrated as well. And then there comes this awkwardness in your relationship because you don't want to talk about this situation or scenario that's going on in the privacy of your bedroom. So when you do this, it allows you to kind of open up and talk to each other about what can we do to make this work. So I just want to give you some alternatives that I know definitely work well. Um, there is a technique that I have, one of my Indian clients, he lives in Saudi Arabia, and he reached out to me and was telling me that he was struggling with his ability to get erect. And I was telling him about the rise and fall technique. So, the rise and fall technique is a technique where your partner actually does foreplay on you, okay? And in the process of the foreplay, she allows you to become erect, and is just very patient. There takes a lot of patience and time. And also, the men, I need you guys to relax. A lot of times you in your inside are very flustered, very worried, very all in your head, and you're not allowing your body to respond to touch. So, what I tell my clients is the rise and fall technique works well, but outside of that, allow yourself to be in tune with touch. A lot of times, men, you're only thinking about, I just want to be able to become erect. So your erection is not happening. And because your erection is not happening, it's because you're so focused on when is it going to happen. So what I always encourage my clients to do is don't even focus on it. Don't focus on the erection, don't focus on the touch. Just allow yourself to be touched. Start to center in on the various different places on your body that is bringing you joy. Become present in the actual sexual act. Become present. Be there. Be in the moment. Because when you do this, it actually enhances you to become more erect, become more joyful, become more excited about being there. And your excitement helps build the blood flow to get to the penis, to allow the penis to become erect. This is why a lot of times men are frustrated because they're like, I want to get erect. Yes, but stop thinking about it. Just take yourself out of it. Don't think about it. Because when you think about it, it makes it worse. It actually restricts you from just allowing the touch and the feeling to come back and return. So that's one of the techniques you can use. Also, oral sex is very good to help encourage um, the rise of the penis. Now it may not be responsive, but with the oral sex, it definitely helps you to imply to actually feel again, because there's sensors in the penis, like just like there's sensors in the vagina, but there's sensors in the penis, especially around the tip area of your penis, that is very sensitive. But if you're having erectile dysfunction, it may be numb to that. So you have to just allow other parts of the penis to be touched, other parts of your body to be touched, to just get your focus off of trying to become erect. A lot of times, gentlemen, you are finding yourself, hi, you are finding yourself really wanting to get erect, and it's costing you more frustration rather than just laying back and enjoying in the moment. Here's the other thing: the rise and fall technique that I was explaining to you is rising and falling. So when you actually allow yourself to become erect, okay, during foreplay, and your woman is touching you and you're getting more and more excited, and then you find yourself becoming very, very hard, allow yourself to pull out. In other words, stop having her touch you. And then allow your penis to fall, or allow your penis to then become soft again, and then have her to touch it again and increase the friction in her hand or in her mouth to help you to get erect again. And as you do this exercise, it's called the rise and fall exercise, and I talk about it in other ones, in other videos that I've done on YouTube. I've talked about this, but the rise and fall technique allows you to learn how to increase sensitivity naturally. And in doing that, it helps you to increase the sensitivity without losing focus on, what am I going to gain? Am I going to get it? Am I going to have it? Yes, you will, if you just allow yourself to be present in the moment. Okay? Here's the other thing I want to give you before I go. There is a herbal tincture that I know is working very well, and it's a herb, so it's, what's so awesome about it, it's called Libido Man. And the Libido Man herb allows you to basically take this herb, and when you take the herb, it actually increases your sexual abilities. It also helps your erections. It helps how long you're lasting. A lot of great things. It's called Libido Man, and you can order it through me by calling 844-5 Wisdom extension 0, and you can get that herb. And what's so powerful about it is I'm having a lot of my clients using it and getting great reviews on it. And what it is it's a natural, progression. So what it's not so, I've heard about various erectile dysfunctional pills that's out on the market that either it makes the erection quick and over so fast that there's a limit of how long you can be in the sexual act to where you're feeling like you have to hurry up, or it's just not working at all. But the thing about the herbal tincture Libido Man, what helps is that it's a natural herb that goes into your body. And what's awesome is you take this when you're right before you're wanting to, usually about 30 minutes before you're wanting to have intimacy with your partner, and it allows you to become naturally erect. And in doing this, it really helps. It helps you to enhance your, I'm telling you, it helps you to actually enjoy your sexuality again, and get back to feeling the thrive and getting back to feeling the joy of being able to be intimate again. And that's what's important. You want to be able to have sex without having to feel pressure, without having to be frustrated, without feeling like I can't really enjoy it because I'm not sure, am I going to last long enough? Is this going to not, stay hard enough to where I can really enjoy my sexual, expose with this person I want to be with, because I'm not sure how I'm going to last, or if I'm going to last for that matter. So, like I said, if you want to get Libido Man, let me know. There's herbal tincture, which is like it's a liquid form. So those are the drops, which is much more potent than the capsules, but we also have capsules as well. And just let me know. Like I said, I'm here as a wisdom coach. Also, if you want to have a one-on-one session with me, don't hesitate to contact me at 1-844-5 wisdom, and we can talk about why you are frustrated sexually within your sex life. What's going on? What do you need to do to get back to the thriving sexual experiences that you were having before you started um, having these erectile dysfunctions or having impotency? It's not easy. It's very frustrating and very shameful to a lot of gentlemen, and they feel like, this is a part of me, being a man. And so when I feel like it's out of balance, I don't feel manly. I don't feel masculine. I feel like something's been taken from me. So I want to help relationships endure something like this, because it's not easy to deal with, but it's a very private and yet very um, hard, frustrating thing to deal with. So, like I said, please make sure you subscribe to this channel. I'm constantly talking about sexual education and how we can improve it, and giving the art of sex back to relationships. The more we learn about how beautiful relationships are, the better. Hey, Jean. The better relationships are, but sexual frustration of impotency causes so much hurt and pain in the heart and soul of the man that's going through it. So if I can help you to try to get back to, getting your sexual thrive back, getting back to your sex life, to being more fulfilling, then that's what I'm here to do. And like I said, we can be very private. We can talk about what alternatives you have. And like I said, it's called Libido Man, and it's a tincture, so it's a liquid tincture. You can put a couple drops in your drink before you have sex, or you can get the capsules. Either one, it's up to you. And the capsules run at, let's see, the capsules are 50, and the tincture is 75, and then shipping. So just let me know. Most of my clients get both because they want to have the double coverage, and they're happy with it. They're having very explosive, like I call them volcanic eruptions. They're having very explosive volcanic eruptions, and they're just very excited to be able to have intimacy more frequently. Because, see, the problem is a lot of times when you have the pills that are prescribed to you, you're very limited. From what I'm understanding, maybe 5 a month, maybe you might get 5. So this way, you're having more long lasting um, tinctures and capsules that can carry you through a fulfilling sex life. Nobody wants to have to be limited on the times they want to be intimate. So, and when you're intimate, you're just moved. It's just a sexual thing. It's just a desire. It's not like I want to be only confined to 3 times or to just 5 times a month. You want to be able to have that freedom, and having the freedom also helps to improve the erections again. So, again, that's why I'm here. Again, if you need to sign up for it, let me know. It's just a call away, which is 844-5 Wisdom, extension 0. Or, like I said, I will put the link here and you can purchase your um, Libido Man very privately. I'll put the link here in the description so you have it. And just inbox me or contact me via email, and then we can get your address and get it shipped to you. Okay? So I just wanted to reach out to everybody. I hope everybody's having a fabulous Friday, and let you know that it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just sometimes a part of life, and unfortunately, some gentlemen are dealing with this in private. They don't know how to resolve it. But if you just take the time to take a listen to these different options that I'm providing you, you may find that your sex life gets returned to you and you'll be able to be back to your thriving self. Okay? So I'm out of here. Like I said, subscribe to this channel now. And make sure you hit the bell, because the bell will give you the notification that I'm on live. Also, call 844-5 Wisdom, extension 0, if you would like to get the Libido Man. Okay? So I'm out of here, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Carla Nicole. I'm signing off. Best kept. Have a great day. Bye.